Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit hungover, but that's kind of perfect for this video. Because today I'm gonna be showing you how I lost over 20 pounds and went from this to this in a couple of months, all while enjoying college. So if you're excited for this video, make sure to smash the like, and if you do enjoy this video, consider giving us a subscribe. But before we get into the college specific tips, I just want to run through my experience with weight loss and everything you kind of need to know before you start weight loss. So hi, I'm Tig, and at the age of 16 I was very chungus. And then I worked really hard to lose about 30 kilos and get down to this at the age of 18. But over the first semester of college I decided to bulk to try to put on some muscle, and I went a bit too far. And then over the last 3 or 4 months I've been working on losing the weight again, and this is me now. Now on to actually how to lose weight. So the only way to lose weight is to get into this magical thing called a calorie deficit. Basically, it's just when you eat less calories than you burn in a day. So just imagine your fat is stored up calories, and every night before you go to bed you have to be equal in calories consumed and calories burned, just to survive. Well, if one day you eat less calories than you burn in a day, it has to reach into your storage or your fat and take the calories out of there. And then you burn fat. That is in no way scientifically correct, but I think it's a good way to explain it. So if you want your weight loss to be sustainable and not to feel miserable all the time, I would never really go under a 500 calorie deficit. So eating 500 calories less than you burn in a day. And if you want to find out a rough estimate of how many calories you're burning in a day, I'll leave a calculator in the top link in the description. Now we can get on to the college tips. Tip number 1 is walk everywhere. Well, maybe not everywhere, but you know what I mean. For an average person, 10,000 steps burns like 400 calories, which could easily be the difference between being in a calorie deficit and not being in a calorie deficit. So instead of driving or getting a bus to the shops, or even using one of those weird scooters, just try and walk. That alone could cause you to lose weight. Tip number 2 is all about workouts. If you're planning on doing a workout that day, get it done in the morning. I know we've all been in this kind of situation. Oh, Chad, that sounds absolutely gnarly. Wait, I haven't done my workout yet today. I can always do that tomorrow. It's a predicament I get myself in all the time. The amount of workouts I've missed for peanut butter. Believe me, just get your workout out of the way in the morning and you won't have to stress about it all day. And most likely miss it. Now, tip number 3 is probably the killer for most people. Drinks. Now in this can there was 180 calories, which doesn't sound awful, but realistically you're gonna have way more than one. But I'm not saying you can't drink and have a good time. You just gotta be smarter with your decisions and try to pick lower calorie drinks and mixers. Especially mixers, try to go for the zero version. And realistically you can't be drinking every single night. So what I personally do is I really only drink on like social occasions, and maybe try to avoid those drunken takeaways. But you can definitely treat yourself sometimes. And that leads nicely onto tip number 4. Try to do some kind of meal prep. I know when you think of meal prep you probably think of something like this. I have just made my chicken, rice and broccoli for the next year. This is delicious. But genuinely, you can pretty much meal prep any meal you're making. Just when you are cooking, double or even triple your ingredients. And put the spares in a lunchbox in the fridge. And then on those days where you don't feel like cooking, you don't have to get a takeaway. I actually made a full video about how I meal prep this banging chili con carne for 6 days, so if you want to see that, click up there. You won't regret it. And then also, if you want to see more of me doing fitness challenges, cooking, everything fitness, make sure to hit the subscribe. Help me on my road to 10K. Okay, now for the final tip. Tip 5 is make sure to enjoy yourself. These are just general tips that I would recommend you follow most of the time if you are trying to lose weight. But that does not mean you can't splurge out every once in a while. Like, to be honest, I'm getting a takeaway tonight. Just as long as you're not doing it too often, you will be grand. So yeah, that's how I lost 20 pounds in college. And I cannot wait to see you do the same. But you can start in 10 minutes and check out some of these videos first. And maybe even hit a cheeky subscribe. I'll see you on Thursday.